The usage of titanium is becoming a more common feature used in today's new watch releases. For around $200, you can buy a decent titanium watch that makes all the right noises. In today's video, we're going to take a look at a watch that has a decent set of specs and great potential to be a day-to-day watch that you might not actually want to take off. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the Resolute from RZE Watches. This is the first of two watches released by the company. This was a Kickstarter campaign at the end of 2020 and it got funded in 6 minutes, guys. That is it, 6 minutes. Before we go along with the rest of the video, I just want to mention that this watch has been sent to me by RZE Watches. I don't have to return it, so bear that in mind as the video goes along. Now let's take a look at the Resolute. Recently, I've been in the market for an everyday watch, and for me personally, first of all, an everyday watch, amongst other things, has to be comfortable since I'm going to be wearing it all the time. One of the advantages of titanium is that it's super light, and if you pair that with a design that fits in a lot of environments, you've got yourself a pretty capable watch. Actually, as a matter of fact, if I was to use one word to describe the Resolute, it would be capable. When you first hold this and you take a good look at it, you can tell that this was designed with purpose to suit pretty much all types of enthusiasts and wrist sizes. The dimensions speak for themselves, really. You have a 40.5mm case diameter, you have a 11.5mm thickness, or should I say 11.5 thin. The fact that it's titanium, I believe, plays a part in the thickness here. You have a lug-to-lug of 46. And as you'd expect, a weight of 65 grams on the supplied canvas strap. Again, as you'd expect, this wears like it was made for your wrist. Super comfortable, it doesn't stick out in any way, and I feel that the dimensions work really well to achieve that balanced look. Pair all of this with that brushed finish on the titanium case, and you have a watch that looks like it's in the right place at the right time all the time. The titanium case has all these futuristic angles that make it look like bullets would literally bounce off it, and the same kind of theme and angles are carried throughout the entire watch. The entire case is covered by a coating called Ultra Hex, which RZE claims that is 8 times more scratch resistant than steel. Since titanium is more prone to scratching than steel, I'm curious to see how this will hold up. And since this is meant to never leave your wrist, in all conditions, that coating offers a bit of long-term reliability in that sense. At the 3 o'clock position, you have the signed screw-down crown, which I have to say that is probably the smoothest crown to operate that I've ever seen. The grip is perfect and the action is almost effortless. It's protected by a couple of crown guards, which again follow the same angular design. Another thing to mention before moving on is that the case has drill lugs for that added flexibility. Turning the watch around, we have the rather empty and sterile screw-down caseback. Between this and the screw-down crown, this has a stated water resistance of 100 meters. Not much to see here, just some specs in very small writing and a very small logo. If you ask me, the logo could have been bigger, but that's just me being fussy. There's nothing wrong if that's the way they want it to go. Again, it's just on the back, so it doesn't make much of a difference. Let's move on to the dial. The variant that we have here today is called the Cobalt Blue, and it's covered by a flat sapphire crystal. We have this kind of tarmac-like texture with almost black on the outside, fading into this light blue into the center, and I kind of like that because that texture really pops when the light hits it. All the indices are applied, double octagonal batons at the 12 and single everywhere else. Printed outer minute track in white and also fence post hands with a lollipop seconds hand. One thing that I particularly liked is that the minute hand reaches all the way to the outer edge and the hour hand reaches all the way to all the indices, which is pretty nice. I think that is a nice touch, which adds to the legibility. At the 3 o'clock, you have the date window, also with that octagonal shaped frame. And the cool thing about this is that it has a matching blue date wheel. The same thing applies with all the color variants. So basically all the color variants will have a matching date wheel, which I have to say is a nice touch, and it helps with the overall flow and the overall design. In terms of writing, we have just the bare minimum here. Logo at the 12, and at the 6 o'clock, 100 meters, 330 feet, automatic, both printed in white, no nonsense whatsoever. I think it's time to turn down the lights, guys, because at the surface, like I said, the whole tool slash essential features is the only thing we can see here. But you can really see the attention to detail in the Lume application. We have a combination of C3 and BGW9. The hands and most batons have C3, and the hour markings on the outer track have BGW9, whilst the 12, 6 and 9 batons also have a combination of both on top. There's enough Lume everywhere to make this practical with minimum exposure to light. As we're all used to at this price point, I don't think there's actually a better alternative in terms of movement than the trusty Seiko NH35. I think at this stage everyone knows the specs: hacking, hand winding, 21,600 vibrations per hour, and around 41 hours of power reserve. It's super robust and super reliable, and I don't think there's actually a better choice, especially at the price point, and it helps to keep the cost down. That's why micro brands keep using it, and I think it'll be here for quite a bit of time, especially at this price point. The strap, pretty much like everything else on this watch, is designed with a purpose in mind. We have a 20mm blue canvas strap with a genuine leather on the back, with titanium buckle, super comfortable, and it fits the style and the whole purpose of the watch. While we're here, I want to mention the fact that RZE also sell a titanium bracelet. They will fit this for $99. At the time of filming, I think they're on back order. Personally, I would recommend that you spend the extra 100 and get the bracelet, because on the canvas strap the watch is just great, but the titanium bracelet takes it pretty much to the next level. If you can actually do that, that makes it that much harder to take off. But then again, I just think it's a better choice and fits the whole tool and the whole angle theme of the watch much better than the strap. To sum it up, guys, I think it's obvious by now that I really like this watch. And one of the things that I really like the most is the fact that it literally does what it says on the tin. In terms of negatives, I wouldn't really say there are any, because it literally does tick all the stated boxes. What I would say though is that this is labeled as a field watch, and personally, this is just me, I think this is a modern design take on a field watch. Now take that with a pinch of salt. I personally think that this is the way to go. I'm actually glad they went into that direction. So that wraps it up for today's video, guys. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the Resolute, and also as a question, let me know what is your perfect field watch. No matter the budget, if you were to buy a field watch tomorrow, what would it be? Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Click a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't so, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.